Greetings fellow Decepticons, Soundblaster1987 here with another Star Wars vlog for May of 2024 for my Star Wars month. Today I'm going to be starting a semi-regular segment on the channel where I look back at some of my favourite animated series, spin-offs, specials, crossovers and that kind of thing, as a means of filling out time on the channel when I can't acquire new toys for reviews and such. So, today, to tie in with Star Wars month, I'm going to be covering the original trilogy retellings of the Star Wars franchise, as seen in the seasons 6 to 9 of Family Guy. Now, warning from this point in, this video, and as such the source material, is not for younger viewers. Family Guy is a satirical, but extremely dark and violent animated series that's supposed to be similar to The Simpsons in some ways, but with swearing and extremely violent situations and obviously imitatable behaviour from things like Peter Griffin's feud with a giant chicken that destroys half of the city, that kind of stuff. So, viewer discretion advised going in. So, basically these three two-part episode storylines start with the Griffin family and Quahog having a power cut that knocks out their TV. So Peter Griffin, the patriarch of the family, decides to gather them round and retell the original Star Wars movies from memory, starting with episode 4, A New Hope, which is of course known as Blue Harvest in the Family Guy parody storyline. So, within the Star Wars universe of the Family Guy specials, most of the main recurring cast of Family Guy appear as one form or another of the Star Wars characters. So Peter Griffin is Han Solo, the dog Brian is Chewbacca, Peter's wife Lois is Princess Leia, Chris Griffin is Luke Skywalker, Stewie Griffin is Darth Vader, Glenn Quagmire, the next door neighbour, is C-3PO, Cleveland Brown, the across the street neighbour, is R2-D2, and old man who's obsessed with Chris, called John Herbert, plays Obi-Wan Kenobi. The convenience store owner that Chris works for in later seasons plays Yoda. The crazy Mayor Adam West plays Grand Moff Tarkin. Lois's father Carter Peterschmidt plays Emperor Palpatine, and so on and so forth. Consuelo, the Mexican housekeeper, basically returns as just a space version of herself in the first two stories, and then also voices the eyeball camera droid on Jabba the Hutt's doorstep in the third episode rather. So, basically, Blue Harvest is a retelling of the events of Star Wars A New Hope from the Family Guy perspective, with a few Family Guy style cutaway gags and such thrown in here and there, as well as a few references to George Lucas's special edition DVD renditions. Then, the episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back special, was called Something 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 Dark Side, and features the, across the street, next door neighbour on the other side, Joe Swanson, as a hovering Imperial probe droid on Hoth. The Imperial AT-AT Walker doing the Peter Griffin hurt knee gimmick joke thing, and the giant chicken from Peter's feuds with him as Boba Fett, as obviously Peter Griffin is the one getting frozen in carbonite to be taken to Jabba the Hutt, who would later be played by Joe Swanson in Return of the Jedi, or It's a Trap for the Family Guy version. Sadly, the Griffin's daughter Meg has been, yet again, psychologically abused by being given really bad roles in these episodes. She was the Dianoga, the trash-compacted tentacle monster in A New Hope, the space slug that ate the Millennium Falcon in the Empire Strikes Back parody, and she was the Sarlacc beast on Tatooine from the Great Pit of Carcoon scene in the Return of the Jedi parody. Something 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 Dark Side comes from season 8 of Family Guy, while It's a Trap takes place in season 9. Unfortunately, although these episodes are on Disney Plus due to the Disney-Fox merger, as I said before, these are not for young children and other such more impressionable viewers due to the mature nature of Family Guy. Although obviously Disney has censored out the swearing and some of the more violent aspects of Family Guy in these scenes, these are still not suitable for children due to some of the way the jokes work. So, that more or less concludes my look back at the, Family Guy trilogy of Star Wars specials. Overall, I have to admit, despite the mature nature of Family Guy as a series, I did really enjoy these specials, and I hope to see more of them coming out in future as Family Guy continues to be made in more seasons. I mean, we did get a joke at the end of one of them about the Cleveland Show spin-off doing the Star Wars prequels, but that never happened because the Cleveland Show got cut short. And American Dad never did anything with Star Wars either, to be honest, apart from the odd joke here and there. But fingers crossed for the future. Till then, I've been Soundblaster1987, thanks again for watching, and my next video for Star Wars Month will be a look back at the far more kid-friendly Phineas and Ferb Star Wars special. Till then, till all are one, and may the Force be with you, always.